These are the text exchanges allegedly between Pastor Stockton and the person pretending to be a 16-year-old boy. In this one, Stockton appears to send a selfie asking what time you get out of school today. Here, Stockton allegedly texted, "I promise to be gentle and make sure you are enjoying it."
The nasty part that no pastor should even be talking about, but he got to saying that he wanted to the boys.
On the day Stockton met up with the decoy who said he was 16, the pastor had this to say.
Actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older.
Senior pastor of South Bay Church of God here in the beautiful city of Torrance, California.
At South Bay Church of God in Torrance, no one would go on camera.
We don't know anything other than what we see on the video. Nothing. We don't know. It was a shock to us as everybody else.
Hi there. I'm Professor Blackmore, and after a long period of time, I want to welcome you back to another episode in my Pulpit Pedophiles podcast series. And after all of this mess, honey child, I feel like I need to let the church say, amen, brothers and sisters, and ladies and gentlemen of this church house courthouse jury. Because today I will be walking you through every dastardly, pitiful, shameful detail of this one-count criminal complaint in the case entitled "The People of the State of California versus the so-called Bishop James David Stockton III," which was filed in the Superior Court in and for the County of Los Angeles, State of California. And hunty, when I tell you the details are diabolical, well, all I have to say is that if you have a weak stomach or if you are easily triggered, then this is not for you, honey child. But before we get into these court records, let's set the scene.
Here in Torrance, people who know the pastor, they are shocked and quite frankly struggling to believe the criminal charge against him.
My soul cries out, hallelujah! I thank God for saving me.
A self-proclaimed man of God goes from the pulpit to a public walk of shame, to a courtroom to face serious allegations involving a minor.
Sir, is your true and correct name James David Stockton III? Yes.
54-year-old James Stockton, a senior pastor at the South Bay Church of God, is facing a felony charge of arranging a meeting with a minor for lewd purposes. He pled not guilty.
There is no actual victim.
These are the ones that we trust, and we should be able to trust them with our kids.
Antoine is the founder of an online citizen group called Codfished. Members chat with adults who believe they're talking with a minor for the purpose of a sexual encounter.
So he very well knew that he was talking to somebody underage.
These are the text exchanges allegedly between Pastor Stockton and the person pretending to be a 16-year-old boy. In this one, Stockton appears to send a selfie asking what time you get out of school today. Here, Stockton allegedly texted, "I promise to be gentle and make sure you are enjoying it."
The nasty part that no pastor should even be talking about, but he got to saying that he wanted to the boys.
On the day Stockton met up with the decoy who said he was 16, the pastor had this to say.
Actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older.
Senior pastor of South Bay Church of God here in the beautiful city of Torrance, California.
At South Bay Church of God in Torrance, no one would go on camera.
We don't know anything other than what we see on the video. Nothing. We don't know. It was a shock to us as everybody else.
Stockton is also affiliated with a church in Florida, and at one point he ran for Congress. Tonight he is out on his own recognizance, and he will be back in court scheduled for December 12th. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Before that December 12th court date, I trust that he will not have his job as a pastor at that church.
Who knows, right? When we went to the church to try to get some sort of a statement or response, they wouldn't talk about it, but they did express that they were shocked. And obviously, you know, they took down their website when this first broke over the weekend because he was arrested over the weekend. And people started commenting on the website, also on social media. And when you click on the church's website, it's no longer there. So it was taken down.
Gina, I know you've done a couple stories just like this one. When the attorney for him says something like, well, there was no actual sex with the teen, there is no victim, what does that mean as far as how the DA might prosecute the pastor?
Well, as the defense attorney mentioned, there is no victim because there is no victim. The person he was communicating with was a decoy pretending to be a minor. But that in itself is illegal. You cannot communicate with someone that you're thinking is a minor for sex. And when you look at all of the text exchanges, in those texts that didn't make our story, there were some exchanges where the decoy clearly states, I'm 16, I'm in high school, and he didn't have a problem with that.
Does the pastor have a history, a rap sheet, if you will?
No, in fact, the reason he's out on his own recognizance is because he doesn't have a record, a criminal record.
All right, Gina, thank you.
And so, ladies and gentlemen of this church house courthouse jury, brother so-called Bishop James David Stockton III was arrested on Saturday, November the 29th, 2025, in connection with a sting operation conducted by the online citizen group identified as Caught Fished, in conjunction with the Signal Hill Police Department, in which brother Stockton attempts to knowingly communicate with a 16-year-old boy for the purpose of engaging in sexual activities, allegedly. Now, leading up to the actual sting operation, brother Stockton sent a text message to the 16-year-old male child in which he writes, quote, I promise to be gentle and make sure you are enjoying it, end quote. Now, at the time of the sting operation, brother Stockton was, in fact, arrested and booked into the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department jail. Then, on Tuesday, December the 2nd, 2025, because, yes, brothers and sisters, if you fool around and let yourself get arrested in Los Angeles County on the weekend, you won't be seeing a judge until Tuesday, not Monday, but Tuesday. But let me stay focused, y'all, because then on Tuesday, December the 2nd, 2025, the Los Angeles County District Attorney filed this one-count criminal complaint charging brother Stockton with meeting with a minor for lewd purposes. To wit, which said criminal complaint reads as follows, quote, count 1, on or about November the 29th, 2025, in the county of Los Angeles. The crime of meeting a minor for lewd purposes in violation of Penal Code Section 288.4 sub B, a felony, was committed by brother Bishop James David Stockton III, who did unlawfully and motivated by an unnatural and abnormal sexual interest in children, arranged a meeting with Anthony, a minor, and a person that brother Bishop Stockton believed to be a minor for the purpose of exposing the genitals and pubic area and rectal area of Anthony and exposing the genitals and pubic areas of brother Bishop Stockton to engage in lewd and lascivious behavior, and did in fact go to the arranged meeting place at and about the arranged time, end quote. Now, wow, y'all, now that's a lot. But y'all know I need to stay focused, because you will remember from the local news story that it is also alleged that when brother Stockton arrived to meet the decoy, who allegedly specifically identified himself as a 16-year-old boy, brother Stockton told the Caught Fish group on camera After realizing he was caught up in a sting operation, he claimed that he was actually hoping and praying that the boy would be somebody older.
So, can we have an easy conversation about this, bro?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna record because I'm in your car, right? And I don't know if you got weapons in here. No, I don't. So, brother, why are you here trying to meet my brother?
Actually, I was hoping and praying that it was somebody older.
Really?
Yeah, please.
I mean, because I was looking at his phone, dude, and a lot of the messages didn't seem like you were really trying to hope that he was older.
Yeah, I was really definitely trying to hope he was older.
Backpack. Okay, so let me ask you, I saw you send him a message on Thanksgiving talking about you wanted to come eat him up.
Well, that's because that's what he was saying he was into.
Well, he said he was going to eat that day because it was Thanksgiving.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. But I thought he was older.
I mean, because based off the app, right?
Right.
But he told you something different.
But I thought, I wasn't thinking that when he was 16 or no act like that. Because, again, we all say we're different ages and things like that,
Right.
stuff like that.
I mean, what, you didn't say you was a different age?
No, actually, on my...
tripping if I'm 16. No, I ain't gonna be tripping if I'm 16.
You're obviously talking once to meet by sex.
And then if you notice, a couple of times he's like, that means I don't believe you're real. I'm like, okay, but you tell me.
Now you will wonder why Brother Stockton would violate his own Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and actually go on camera. And it seems clear to me that he immediately knew, like it was an instinct, as if he has done this before and knew exactly what to say, allegedly. But it seemed to me that he instinctively knew that he needed to act like it was his intent to be engaging with someone who was of age. In other words, 18 years of age or older. But to that, I refer back to this text message when he asked the child, when Brother Stockton, says, quote, "What time you get out of school today?" End quote. And so I feel like there will be evidence that Brother Stockton was aware of the age of the person that he was communicating with. Now, it should be noted that this criminal complaint is sworn to under the penalty of perjury by the Signal Hill Police Department's investigating officer on the case. And so, thereafter, the filing of this criminal complaint on Tuesday, December the 2nd, 2025, Brother Stockton was arraigned later on that same day, at which time the following events occurred as reflected in the judge's minute order. Quote, that the following parties are present for the aforementioned arraignment and plea proceeding, including Brother Stockton and that Deputy Public Defender, Sister Marie Elizabeth Louis, who was standing up there trying to shield this deadbeat dirtbag from public view. Oh, but let me stay focused, y'all, because it goes on to state that the matter is called for arraignment and plea. Public Defender's Office is appointed. Brother Bishop Stockton is arraigned. Advisement of statutory and constitutional rights is waived, and the reading of the accusatory criminal complaint is also waived. Well, I wonder why, Brother Bishop. Now, Brother Stockton further waives advisement of military rights pursuant to Penal Code Section 858. Defendant states true to the name James David Stockton III as charged. A copy of the complaint and the arrest report are given to the defendant's counsel. The defendant pleads not guilty to count 1, Penal Code 288.4 sub B. Brother Bishop Stockton denies any and all allegations. End quote. And so, brothers and sisters, now we get to see the reason why Sister Madam Attorney Public Defender was standing up there trying to shield Brother Stockton from being seen on camera. And that is because, as further set forth in the judge's arraignment minute order, quote, the media request to photograph, record, or broadcast is filed this date, and the judge grants the request and signs the order on media request to permit coverage, and it is recorded, end quote. And so now, as you can see in the criminal complaint, the state of California by and through its district attorney in and for Los Angeles County was actually prepared to request that Brother Stockton, quote, be held to answer therefore and be admitted to post bail in the sum of some certain amount and be committed to the custody of the sheriff of Los Angeles County until such bail amount is paid and given, end quote. But since the arraignment was held on the same day, as per the judge's minute order, Sister Madam Attorney Public Defender, quote, orally requests to release Brother Stockton on his own recognizance is heard and granted, end quote. And so Brother Stockton did not have to post one dime of bail and was released on his own signature promise to reappear for all pretrial hearings. The judge's minute order states further, quote, the court orders the probation department to prepare an early disposition report on or before the next court hearing. And on the court's own motion, an early disposition hearing as day 5 of 10 is set for Tuesday, December the 9th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. in Department 23 of the Long Beach Courthouse, and Brother Stockton is ordered to return on the above date. Furthermore, on the court's own motion, a preliminary hearing as day 8 of 10 is set for Friday, December the 12th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. in Department 18 of the Long Beach Courthouse, and Brother Stockton is also ordered to return on this date. Brother Stockton is released on his own recognizance. An order for release is issued, end quote. Well, this release with no bail and this early disposition hearing is giving that they are prepared not to take this mess seriously at all, brothers and sisters. And I expect to find Brother Stockton right back in that pulpit over there at that South Bay Church of God at some point in time in the near future. And so, ladies and gentlemen of this church house jury, what do y'all think about all of this mess, honey child? I mean, do you believe Brother so-called Bishop Stockton knew that he was communicating with a 16-year-old boy? Or do you think he was intending to communicate with a man who was 18 years of age or older? Or does it even matter? I mean, clearly he intended to stick his private part in the behind of another man. But I guess that ain't none of my business, y'all. But please, let me know what y'all think about all of this mess, honey child, by leaving your comments in the comment section below. And I hope you also give me a big thumbs up. And I hope you'll also consider sewing into this episode and my entire channel ministry by donating to the Professor Blackmore Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle by using the information displayed on the screen, and that is also displayed in the description section below. And I hope you'll also subscribe to my YouTube channel and set your notifications, because you know that I will be following this mess, honey child. So you better set your notifications and specify them by using the drop down menu and selecting all, so you'll be notified whenever I come back with more hot tea from the church house, the courthouse, and everywhere else, honey child. And whenever I come back with more episodes in my Pulpit Pedophiles podcast series. And please also follow me on Instagram.